The fuck are you doing? It in my... Again with this? Again.
Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, this is R.C.W here with kids, and welcome to the first ever weekly recap that we're going to do. This is what we're going to start doing, hopefully. Instead of recording every single show, we're going to go through, these are going to be recorded after each week. We're going to sum up what happened with each championship, and basically any other important things that happened during the week, any announcements, etc. And also on top of this, we're also thinking about making a website that's also going to be updated weekly. So, I don't know.
Alright, so basically, to recap that, because this is, after all, a recap, so obviously we're going to start be doing, man, the grammar is right off to the best of quality. Anyway, so the recap is just going to recap sort of the important stuff of the week, so, just a few notable examples from this week. I won't spoil too much, but obviously Steve won Global, there's many other notable things that, that are worth noting. So I do apologize if we don't get your little one-on-one that happened on Outbreak, your one-off match with your ultimate rival that you're probably never going to fight again. So, we're going to get the important things, and of course the website. Brooke's going to be in charge of that most likely. I'll probably do some every now and again if I think so, but for the most part, Brooke will probably remember to do that better than I will, so
I'll
just
update
as
it
well.
after each week and also after pay-per-views. So, yeah, basically important stuff.
Alright, let's get on to the recap. So let's start off at the top of our card with the R.C.W. Championship news. So as of course we know, Eddie and Damon have been racking up wins like non-stop between the two, continuing to look strong going into their title chase at WrestleMania. I guarantee it's going to be an instant classic when you see it. Although Damon has been having troubles when Eddie is not around with the Noob, who is a very prominent threat in the R.C.W. title picture with a potential cash-in happening at WrestleMania 3, and we could see a new R.C.W. champion either by Damon's victory or by Noob's cash-in. Noob is not restricted to cashing into any particular competitor, so the chances of him becoming R.C.W. champion at WrestleMania could be very high. In Eddie's case, though, he has been targeted by KJ Styles or K4L, not sure which one he wants to go by. He is the European champion, and he's made a personal target towards Eddie directly after his close match with other world champion, Road WWE champion, GBL. Both continue to look strong heading into WrestleMania. Asuka continues his rivalry with Road WWE champion, having the unbranded world champion just be all over the radar here against the other world champions, and we haven't seen much from Doder yet, but Asuka is looking like a prominent threat heading into WrestleMania because we know he's practiced and we know he's strong. The match begins to get more and more unpredictable, but at the same time, a couple of factors are starting to play off in Asuka's favor, but we haven't heard much from Doder X, so that could cost him. Maybe that's just a retreat. Maybe he could be practicing up for Mania. Who knows? I guarantee Doder versus Asuka, it's going to be the closest we're ever going to get to seeing a Royal Rumble winner finally capture the World Championship. Asuka and Doder looking prime for a world title match. As mentioned in both previous articles of news, GBL has continued to sort of work with both world champions Eddie Lesnar and Asuka. After Asuka has turned on GBL, this was a few weeks past, but the heat is still there between the two, and GBL almost scores a win over Eddie Lesnar in a 3-2 decision, as well as many other victories over impressive up-and-coming talent, really establishing himself as a threat to be reckoned with. But the problem is, he has James to deal with. James has been sort of flip-flopping between gimmicks in the meantime, figuring out what he's going to do for WrestleMania, but one thing's for sure is he's going to bring the fight to GBL and could end his world title reign much quicker than it took him to win it. That is going to be a good match, and it's going to be a real challenge to see if GBL can overcome the odds and beat James, or if James can become one of the quickest competitors to ever win the World Championship in RCW. Now on to the minor title division. The United States Championship continues to look prestigious as it's ever been, as the Flames Dude 44 Battle Royal has been announced that it will be for the third spot in a United States triple threat at WrestleMania, joining the Pritaker, the current defending champion, and the rookie #1 contender, Feast of Crows, who has been nothing short of one of the most impressive that we have ever seen. He picked up 3 consecutive wins in a United States #1 contendership tournament against the likes of Muddy Tutu, former United States champion, former Road WWE champion, Trunk Skater in the second round, and True Vibes, former R.C.W. #1 contender, putting Feast Crows in a very, very high prestige early on to his career, and he very well could be closing in on becoming a United States champion on the grandest stage of them all, whereas the Prittaker has been dominating 1v1s. He's been winning the triple threats. He even scored a win over the world heavyweight champion Asuka and defended his United States championship 3 consecutive times in the form of open challenges with no sign of slowing down. We really wonder who's going to join the triple threat by winning the Battle Royal, being the last man standing in that Battle Royal to join Feast of Crows and the Prittaker in a United States triple threat at WrestleMania. Massive news in the Intercontinental Division of SmackDown. BND has broken the Intercontinental defense record as well as the most consecutive defenses. Long ago, of course, he did beat the record of most consecutive defenses, as that record was around 14-1. But the current record at that moment was 27-2 for the most defenses of the Intercontinental Championship in history. BND breaking that just this past, I do believe, Friday at 28-0, doing 4 consecutive open challenges, doing 3 to tie the record, and Kid Jericho making an exception to let him try to break the record. And it was no easy challenge, as his final challenge came at the hands of Beasted Aaron in a tough-fought match. He also fought the likes of True Vibes, Cena, 54 Chain Gang, George Cena, and Trix Axel. 4 impressive competitors for the Intercontinental Championship, but directly following his open challenge spree, Mattis would attack BND and claim that he will become the Intercontinental Champion and that no amount of open challenges or practice can prepare him for what Mattis is going to bring to him, and that's going to be a world of pain and a world that BND has never truly seen before. But KB Orton has yet to be seen in person, but has made his actions clear from a dark assault onto Mattis 320, as it's very unsure who is going to be the Intercontinental Champion leaving WrestleMania. We do know one thing for certain, is that it will more than likely be BND going into WrestleMania, as he's completed his goal of getting the most defenses. We again congratulate BND for breaking the record in the Intercontinental Division. The Global Championship continuing to look prestigious as we have crowned a new champion going into WrestleMania. I'm Steve has claimed the Global Championship from former champion Justin Carter 3, and news has broke out that the match will be a triple threat at WrestleMania. It will be the first time we ever have seen the Global Championship defended at WrestleMania, seeing as it was introduced Night of Champions 2015, but now we have 3 very deserving potential champions. We got I'm Steve on his first reign, currently going into WrestleMania. We have Rudy Balor invoking his rematch clause, looking to become the first ever 3-time global champion, and the just former champion, Justin Carter 3, also going for the global championship in a colossal triple threat. No stipulation currently met, but who knows? We need a little spice in that division. It's been one of the strongest since the very beginning of that championship. So I'm excited to see. I can't exactly say what's going to happen, but that is huge news for the Global Championship going into WrestleMania. An Outbreak has been completely reformed, turned on its head, everything in between, as Boss Raimundo has claimed that he will now take responsibility of the Outbreak roster, looking to run shows, looking to be in charge, looking to be the figurehead of the Outbreak roster. This including making the huge decision to make the Outbreak Championship one of the pinnacle championships in R.C.W. by putting it in a 6-man ladder match. 2 spots have already been filled for that, not including the champion, Triple King Leo, who will join Basketball, part of the Row Rebels, and Prodigy Jaden, both dominantly winning their spots into the Outbreak Resurrection pay-per-view the day before WrestleMania into the ladder match. Nothing much heard of the Outbreak Television Championship, but Falco continues to look strong alongside all his teammates and all his friends in the Row Rebels. Ken Ambrose has made an impactful return, looking to take on the leader of the Row Rebels, Basketball, who is all over the R.C.W. scene here. And now Ken Ambrose was looking like he was going to pick up the win over Basketball in his return victory until Falco would hit the chair shot over Ken, giving him the disqualification victory. Coming to Ken Ambrose's aid in the 2-on-1 assault was his buddy Flakuchu of the Warriors, and it looked prominent that we might see a Warriors versus Row Rebels in the near future. Now, if this means that we're going to see it at NXT, or Outbreak, Resurrection, then I can promise you that's going to be a great match for all the people to see at our Rookies pay-per-view. Or very well, we could see it on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania as the Warriors and Row Rebels looking to fight for the top spot as the top faction. Very little action has been seen from the Cruiserweight champion Rock, and there has been no defenses in the tertiary division as we have not seen a Cruiserweight champion or European champion crowned since K4L and Rock won the championships off of Rudy and Ethan respectively. However, I can assure you that there is going to be some massive match stipulation for the Cruiserweight and European Championship to give people a chance in the third sort of division, in the tertiary division of R.C.W. So please stay tuned for that, and you will hear from it very soon, possibly on Monday Night Raw. Who knows? The Noob has made it official that he accepts the challenge from the Lunatic Fringe of the Shield, Vicious Ambrose, at WrestleMania for an unnamed stipulation. However, with tension between the two this high and stakes possibly this high, a stipulation very well could be inbound. So keep updated on that. The Noob, Vicious Ambrose, set to go one-on-one at WrestleMania. Luke Owens makes a shocking return after his longtime rival Dean Cena's match, assaulting him with a chair and announcing that the two would have their final match between the two, making the final chapter in their storied rivalry at WrestleMania, concluding the Dean Cena-Luke Owens rivalry. Not much has been heard from Dean Cena in regards to that match, but Luke Owens has confirmed it as fact. So we can only hope that the match will happen at WrestleMania. Many impressive debuts this week, including the likes of Mikey Rules, Flamey the Flame, and a variety of different family members, with the family having very aggressive assaults, both verbal and physical, to many of the talent on the roster, looking to establish themselves all by themselves as a faction unlike any other in the history of R.C.W. That could be very interesting to see. Mikey Rules making an early target of the Outbreak general manager / board of directors member Boss Raymundo, looking for a one-on-one match, but who knows when that's going to happen. And Flamey the Flame continues to run through competition, along with a variety of other new debuting talent, making Outbreak look stronger than it ever has before. Keep up the good work, Outbreak. And finally, Kid Jericho versus Hungry Orton has been announced that there is an added stipulation to the match along the lines of a wager in the match. If Kid Jericho can beat Hungry Orton at WrestleMania, Hungry Orton will be banned and prohibited from competing into RCW competition anytime in the future and will be promptly fired at WrestleMania. However, if Hungry Orton, by some miracle, can win the match and overcome the odds here, overcome his potential rust, as he hasn't been in competition for months and months, he could win a Hall of Fame spot into the class 2016, joining the likes of Generations, Rabid, Olgie Nigel, and Sport, making the class of 2016 into the Hall of Fame. Alright, thank you RCW Universe for checking out this episode, sort of recap. Tell us what you think. We understand it's a bit sloppy, but we're sort of perfecting the art, if you will, of making recaps. So if we missed anything else, I do apologize. Don't get all salty about it. We might put some in the description. Of course, the website might be up and coming soon, so that will also be your lead source of news. But we were thinking of this sort of as an alternative to recording, which can be sloppy and whatnot. But tell us what you think. We hope you enjoyed, and make sure to watch all the videos on the R.C.W network, because we want views bliss. This is KidsRock4, approving this message.
And I'm Brooksy, the cooler one.